Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. This lesson is going to be a response to the video you see on the screen. It's going to be entitled R.E. Telling the Truth is a Crime, with a subtitle of Esau Edom. Now, the video on the screen was done by the elder brother from the Raleigh Camp, GMS, North Carolina, which is Elder Hawad. He did a video entitled Telling the Truth is a Crime. And he has the caption on the screen, the saying from George Orwell. It says, "Truth is the new hate speech." The quote from Orwell was, "During times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act." And it was an excellent video. The elder brother was going in on how these people don't even want us to say that we're Hebrew Israelites, telling them that they going into slavery, that they, got to pay for all the stuff that they done to us. To them, that's hate speech. And I can testify to this fact because, whenever you go into anything dealing with Esau, Edom, this has become hate speech. YouTube has made it an offense. If you call a person an Edomite, if you type in the name Esau in the chat, they remove it. If you put it in your comment, they remove it. If you put up a video with Esau, Edom in the title, most of the time, they flag it. They say it's hate speech. Recently, there was a few videos that came out that was responding to this video that these Edomites put up about Romans 9:13. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. The Apostle Tahar put up a video dealing with it. They flagged his video. And every time brothers attempt to go into Romans 9 dealing with that subject, I did a camp video some years back, last year, where Edomite came up and he was talking about Romans, and I asked him about Romans 9:13 and he couldn't respond, and they took that down. Every time over the years, I've lost numerous accounts, right, and been flagged many times for putting Esau Edom in the title of a video. Why? Because the truth is killing you people. Anytime you deal with it, if you bring out the true name of the so-called white man, his true nationality and heritage, you get flagged for it. They've made it a hate speech to say that a person is an Edomite, or to say that the so-called white man is Esau, or to talk about the so-called Jews, the Jewish people, which are Edomites, to tell them that they're Edomites. This is known, or they have made it into hate speech. Why? Why is it hate speech? It's because it's truth, and this truth is killing you devils. Now, to go further than that, we know for a fact that you are Esau Edom, and that the small hat people over in Israel now, that they are Esau Edom, they're Edomites. How can calling a person an Edomite, which is a national heritage written in the Bible, be an offense when it's in the Bible and this is a Bible believing country? How can the word Esau Edom be hate speech? How can calling somebody excuse me, an Edomite be known as hate speech? It's because it's the truth and you hate the truth. Now, we only need to read a few scriptures, which we always go into. This first one is Ezekiel 36 verse 5, and you can really read the whole chapter, but we're going to jump in here at verse 5. This says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea," which that is the Greek way that you say Edom, okay? The word Idumea means Edom, "which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey." This means that the Edomites moved into the Most High's land, and they said that the land was theirs. They took over the land. They parted the Most High's land. Who do you have doing that today? Who's living in the Holy Land saying that they're Israelites, but are in fact Edomites? This is one of the glaring scriptures that they hate and they want to try and hide. Whenever we go into the scriptures talking about Esau Edom, we say the so-called white men are Edomites. You got a whole group of people that says that they're not the Edomites. Why are you saying that when clearly scriptures show us that you are Esau Edom? This is Psalms 137 verse 7. It says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us." So why did I read this? I read this because it shows that the modern day Edomites are joined with the daughter of Babylon. They rule the daughter of Babylon. So you have here First, the Edomites, Esau, Edom, Idumea, took the Most High's land into their possession. And then you have here that the daughter of Babylon is mentioned synonymously with the daughter of Babylon, right? And this carries a lot of weight, because we know through the scriptures that the so-called white man is Esau, Edom. He's the one that took over the Most High's land. He's the one that's the ruler over the daughter of Babylon. And in the daughter of Babylon, you have the Israelites, which you hate to admit that we're the Hebrew Israelites, but in the daughter of Babylon, you have the Hebrew Israelites being ruled over and in captivity under the children of Edom, under the daughter of Babylon. Let's read it right now. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." What's being described here? The daughter of Babylon losing its power, losing its throne. Let's read it again. "Come down and sit in the dust." The dust represents confusion. You're being brought to a confused state, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So we see that this is the daughter of Babylon, right? Which were mentioned in Psalms 137 and 7 with the children of Edom. If you go to verse 6, it says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke." So here we see that the Most High gave his people into the hand of the daughter of Babylon. And the daughter of Babylon is being ruled by the children of Edom. You see? So we have the daughter of Babylon ruled by the Edomites, having the children of Israel in captivity. Where is this place? I think this go to Revelation 18. So we know that the daughter of Babylon would be Mystery Babylon from the New Testament. It says Babylon is fallen, right? Now, when you read verse 20, it says right here, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her." So we know for a fact that the children of Israel are in the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, in the last days, being ruled over by the children of Edom, so much to the point that the Most High is going to take revenge on the daughter of Babylon for the Israelites' sake. "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her." And you can read about the judgment of Babylon, right? Now, if you go to Revelation 17, I believe it is, it gives you another glaring fact. This is Revelation 17 and verse 18. "For all those that say the so-called white man is not an authority over Babylon the Great, or Babylon the Great is not America," it says, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth." Here's another clue. What city or what country reigns over the kings of the earth? What's the number one place on the planet? I'll wait for the answer. Now I'll give it to you. The answer is America. America is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And it's obvious and a known fact that they're very closely affiliated with what? With Jerusalem, with the Holy Land, right? With those that live over there. Why? Because you're brothers. You are cousins. So here we have the children of Edom mentioned with the daughter of Babylon, being ruling over the kings of the earth and having the Israelites in their possession in the last days. That's why you see the ministry of the prophets growing. That's why you hear all the truth coming out of Babylon the Great and spreading to the other parts of the earth. And this is why the word Esau, Edom, is considered hate speech. This is the reason why you can't talk about the Edomites. This is the reason why as soon as you mention a so-called Jewish person, they jump up to the top of Mount Everest, waving a flag talking about anti-Semitism, and then they bury you under it, right? Bury you under that mountain because they're trying to hide. You're trying to hide from the fact, you're trying to hide from your biblical heritage as the Edomites. That's why we can't put Esau on the chat. That's why we can't put up a comment with Esau, Edom in it. We can't say Edomites. We can't say the so-called white man is Esau, or you will flag us for hate speech because you're trying to run from your heritage, but you can't get away from it. You can't get around it. You see, this is why you hate for us to bring out the glaring fact. Let's get another one. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? So what's been asked here, when is the end coming? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Guess what? Esau, Edom would be in rulership at the end of the world. So let's retract. Let's retrace. The daughter of Babylon, end time Babylon, Babylon the Great, will be ruled by the children of Edom, the children of Esau, right? And have the Israelites in captivity in Babylon the Great in the last days. We know that America is Babylon the Great. We know that the so-called white man is in charge over the whole earth, right? And it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And in other Bible prophecy tells us that in the last days, that last empire will be ruled by the Romans, right? The Roman Empire. We know that you so-called white people come from the Romans, right? Those are your ancestors. This is where your empire or your civilization sprung from, the Romans and the Greeks, which were Edomites. And we can trace your lineage, and we can trace you back to King Agag, Philip of Alexander the Greek, back to Philip of Macedonia. Philip of Macedonia goes back to who? He goes back to King Agag, or to doggone it, what's this guy's name? Haman, right? And Haman goes back to King Agag, and King Agag was an Edomite. Your heritage, your line goes back through different men. You go back to Herod, the Antipaters, and all those people, the Herods and the Antipaters and the Romans and the Greeks, which were all Edomites. Today we're in modern spiritual Rome, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. You can't get around it. You can't get away from it. The fact that the Israelites and the Edomites are joined together at the hip because you rule over the Israelites in the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. This is the reason why you try to demonize us. You call us, you say we teach hate. Bringing out the truth is considered hate in the last days. You see it? Telling the truth is a crime. It's a crime to the wicked. And that's another name you try to escape from. You try to escape from your label as the wicked. But we've already demonstrated to you that you rule the whole planet. You reign over the kings of the earth. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it? You rule the whole earth. You reign over the kings of the earth. Babylon the Great. Through Babylon the Great, you covered over images. You painted white Jesus. You painted the Israelites as white people. You put people in the land and claimed that they were the Israelites, but they're really not. Meanwhile, you got the real Israelites in captivity in the daughter of Babylon, right? Which was the ruling place, of the Roman Empire, the last days Roman Empire, which is NATO, the EU, and America, Babylon the Great. You see, all those different things you can't ignore. You can't ignore it. You reign over the kings of the earth. You got your ruling place in Babylon the Great, but you also reign over the kings of the earth. It's impossible to ignore it. It's impossible to get around it. You're not going to escape your destiny. You can flag us. You can say that we peddling hate speech, but just simply telling you your national heritage is not hate speech. It's truth. And telling the truth is a crime. And you being that you're the Romans, this is the last empire. We got everything right down to we don't know exactly when the end is going to come, but we know you will be ruling in the last days. We know it. You can tell by the architecture, by the structures, by the games. You are the modern day spiritual Roman Empire, right? Or you're the the spiritual counterparts of the Romans. You're the literal counterpart of the Romans, but America, Babylon the Great is really the reincarnation of ancient Rome. While there is a Rome, Vatican City, and all of that over there, you are their ancestors, and the empire is going through you. So that's why you're spiritually Rome, you're spiritual Sodom, you're spiritual Egypt, different places known as that. But you are the end of the world, you Edomites, and it said that you will rule the world. Now, when we read Romans 9:13, this is a scripture that you hate. Romans 9 verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You try to say that this means, and you got all different kind of breakdowns, dancing all around it, trying to say that doesn't mean what it says, but it does mean what it says. Because when you go back to the Old Testament, because Paul was quoting what was written in Malachi. This is Malachi 1 verse 1. It says, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord, yet I loved Jacob. The Most High only loves the Israelites. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. It's impossible for you to say that the Most High only hated Esau himself and not all the Edomites, or that the Most High only hated Esau for a limited time. The Most High said he's going to always hate these people. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And that's what's currently about to happen. The Most High is going to come, or he's going to send his son back to destroy you people. And you were said to be the rulers at the end of the world. Do you not rule over the earth right now? Do you not rule over the daughter of Babylon? Is America not Babylon the Great? Yeah, it is. You can't prove that it's not. Do you not have relatives that are sitting, in the Holy Land and part of the Most High's land, like he said the Edomites would do? Sure you do. Sure you did. You did all those things. Did you not bring the children of Israel in slavery? You can try to put other names on us. The scriptures say you would do that. And that's fine that you did it, but now you have to pay. And this is why you label us, trying to label us terrorists and say all this stuff about us and saying we, hate speech, flag our videos. And you literally say, when we talk about Esau, Edom, you literally flag our videos and say that it's hate speech. You want to conceal the truth. You took all the videos down off the internet, damn near, that we made, breaking down who Esau, Edom was. As soon as we go into it, you flag the videos, you take it down, you hide them. Right? That's all you ever do. You trying to hide from the truth, and it's not going to work. You can flag us. You're going to still be Edomites. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they, all the Edomites, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, because you're the wicked, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So when you read in Romans 9:13, and the Most High says, Jacob have I loved, as it is written where? In Malachi. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It means exactly what it says. You haters for bringing it out. You said you're not the Edomites. You said the Edomites were done away with. America's not Babylon the Great. And you're wrong. You're lying. You want us to think that or you want others to think that we made it all up. We didn't make it up. And there are several dozens of other prophecies in the scriptures pertaining to Esau, Edom, and the children of Israel being linked together in end time prophecy, and you fit every one of them, and so do we in regards to the Hebrew Israelites. Right? The scriptures say that the Esau will rule over the earth in the last days. The scriptures say Esau, Edom would have the children of Israel in captivity in the last days. The scriptures say that the Israelites will stand upon their feet and they will wake up in the last days in the daughter of Babylon with a great ministry. And are we doing that? Yeah, we're doing it. So as you keep on trying to hide the truth, as you keep on trying to run from the truth, as you keep on trying to misrepresent the truth, you're only making it stand out more and more. Your time is almost up. Telling the truth is a crime, but we will continue to tell the truth about who Esau, Edom really is. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.